The Spanish-American War of 1898 marked a turning point in the global balance of power, as the United States emerged as a prominent player on the international stage. One of the most significant episodes of this conflict was the capture of Manila by U.S. forces under the command of Admiral George Dewey. This decisive victory not only showcased American naval prowess but also set the stage for the Philippines' transition from Spanish colonial rule to eventual American control. The roots of the Spanish-American War can be traced to long-standing tensions between the United States and Spain over various issues, including the plight of Cuban rebels fighting for independence from Spanish rule. The sinking of the USS Maine in Havana Harbor further inflamed anti-Spanish sentiment in the United States, ultimately leading to a declaration of war in April 1898. While the war initially focused on Cuba, the events in the Philippines would soon prove to be a pivotal moment. At the forefront of the American offensive in the Philippines was Admiral George Dewey, a veteran naval officer with a distinguished career. Dewey commanded a powerful naval squadron stationed in Hong Kong, which included several modern warships, most notably the flagship USS Olympia. This squadron, albeit smaller than the Spanish fleet, was more advanced and better trained, giving Dewey a strategic advantage. On the morning of May 1, 1898, Dewey's fleet sailed into Manila Bay, where the Spanish fleet under Admiral Patricio Montojo was anchored. Dewey's tactical brilliance became evident as he exploited the element of surprise and utilized his fleet's superior speed and firepower to maximum effect. The ensuing battle, known as the Battle of Manila Bay, lasted for several hours and ended in a resounding victory for the United States. Dewey's fleet managed to destroy or incapacitate the majority of the Spanish ships while suffering minimal damage themselves. The victory demonstrated the efficacy of modern naval tactics and technology, with Dewey's well-coordinated assault showcasing the potential of naval power in the modern era. Following the naval triumph, Dewey set his sights on capturing Manila, the capital of the Philippines. He coordinated his efforts with Filipino insurgents led by Emilio Aguinaldo, who had been fighting for their country's independence from Spanish rule. With their combined efforts, they managed to isolate the Spanish garrison in Manila, leaving them with little choice but to surrender. On August 13, 1898, after a brief but intense period of bombardment, Spanish authorities in Manila surrendered to Admiral Dewey. This marked the end of over 3 centuries of Spanish colonial rule in the Philippines. While the United States now had control over Manila, the fate of the Philippines was far from certain, as tensions between the Filipino insurgents and the American forces would soon come to the fore. The capture of Manila by Admiral George Dewey's forces was a pivotal moment in the Spanish-American War, demonstrating American naval supremacy and propelling the nation onto the world stage as a formidable power. However, this victory also sowed the seeds of future conflicts and complexities in the Philippines. The United States' annexation of the Philippines after the war was met with resistance from Filipino nationalists who had hoped for genuine independence. This led to the Philippine-American War, in which the Philippines ultimately became an American colony.